Good afternoon, and today we're going to be looking inside a supermarket in Cambodia, a typical supermarket. And when I say typical, you're going to see them everywhere for roughly the same price. And I tell you one thing, you are going to be surprised by this video. Yeah, check out the prices of some of the supplements. It's actually insane. There's creatine, $50. But not only that, if you want a barrel of protein, $70, $85, and even gold standard $100. Can you believe that? Wow. If you want to go to the gym, you got to be rich. Okay, so we're inside the supermarket right now. I'm going to show you some things around the store: meat, fish, convenience, snacks, and everything. I think what I'm going to show you is going to be quite surprising, so let's have a look right now. So if you haven't been watching our previous videos, then let me explain now. So you can have some more local things, which is like a sweet potato, but in Cambodia there are so many imports. So if you're living local, perhaps you might buy something like this. This is $1.50, and you may be saying, $1.50? US dollars? What's going on? Well, they use US dollars and they use the local currency, the Cambodian riel, and everything in the supermarket, at least this one, is in dollars, and it'll tell you where it's from. So this is from Indonesia, so these are Indonesian imports here. And that's because when I've been to a lot of markets here, I have noticed that they rely quite heavily on imports, which I think there's a lot of history behind that, but we'll get there in a second. So here's some tresemme, for example. In the UK, $4 or $5, something like this. I think this is a salon style, so maybe more like $7. Here it's $17.50 for some tresemme, and $8.50 for some Head and Shoulders, saying it's like an American import, for example. For a bigger Head and Shoulders, $13.50. So that's some shampoo for you. If we come over here to some cakes, so cake, like cheese, cake, bread, isn't really a locally produced thing per se. I say per se because not many people do, but here's a cake, you know. A date and pecan cake, you want to be nice and organic, it's going to cost you $8, which is more like Sprouts prices in America. If we come over to some perhaps more imported things, like a Eat Natural bar there, it's like $2. And a kind bar is $2.50. Now you have to imagine here, you're not in Sprouts in the United States, right? You're in Cambodia, and you're not even in the capital city right now. So you have to bear those things in mind. $3.50 for those. So if you bear that in mind, oh, here's like some fruit bread, $1.50 for half a loaf. I guess it's okay. But yeah, bear that in mind, because if you go out for dinner here, you're a local, perhaps you might pay up to $2 for a very big soup, which might have chicken, pork, or something like that in the soup. So imagine you're paying those prices. This is $10 for toothpaste, but this is $4.50 for Colgate. You can get more like a cheaper brand for $1.10, which I think is quite fair. But yeah, certainly this gets very expensive very fast depending which one you choose. So if you have a local thing available, then it's pretty cool. But there are some areas of the supermarket which don't really have local produce, so you're sort of left to not really eat it if you cannot afford it. So here's some Ben & Jerry's ice cream here. That'll be $6 for that. A cheesecake, $5.50. And you'll notice this is Iceland, right? We have Iceland in the UK, but I think it's actually out of Iceland itself. When I went to Iceland, I noticed they were re-importing products from Iceland in the UK. It's pretty funny. Co-op, which we have in the UK as well. Aunt Bessie's as well. So what I'm noticing, the import products aren't really name brands, they're also supermarket brands. I've seen Marks and Spencer's, I've seen Waitrose, I've seen Kirkland, which belongs to the Walmart group, and Sam's Club. I've seen Albertsons and Smith's products, which is like a Kroger supermarket in America, and also Australian brands as well. It's very, very interesting. So they're not just importing branded things like Calippo, for example. But a Calippo will set you back $3 for, just like an ice pop there. There's some Korean ice creams here. But certainly the thing I noticed was, if you don't buy local, then you better be rich. You better come with your money ready. And especially where cheese is concerned. because if you want some cheese, then, well, get ready. We have $6 for a triangle right there, $4 for a little slice of what could be Edam, and $7.78 for a bit of manchego. Stilton for $4.16 for a tiny triangle, and yeah, it goes up from there. Very expensive. So if you want something not made here, it's pretty high because the import fees are quite a lot. But if you want something like lotus root, you know, it's not too bad. Some winter melon, look, 46 cents. So the idea is you're local, right? You're earning $200-300 a month. These are the things you're going to be buying from the supermarket. This is the area you're almost going to target immediately because it's sort of what you can afford. But when you get to the territory of blueberries, blackberries, then it could be $6, $7, $8 depending on the size of the container. Here's some tomatoes, $4.43. But yeah, talking about salaries here, now Cambodia is quite unique in the fact that a lot of locals make between $200-300 a month. Here's some local pepper, look at that. Very popular for pepper here. Sometimes when you eat out, you'll only see pepper on the table, not salt. Wow. Yeah, $200-300 a month, and that puts you in a bit of a situation if you want to buy, say, a Red Bull or a Monster for $3, right? It's completely unaffordable. And that's because, well, there's a huge tourist culture which pushes the prices up, but also a lot of Chinese immigrants who have, over the years, built hotels and casinos, also ramping up the price artificially. So when you go to the middle of a city, you're going to see almost like a hot and cold area for prices, and that will be restaurants, drinks, alcohol, supermarkets in general, and also convenience stores too. So some of the fruit and veg actually doesn't look that bad. You know, you get sweet potato, more local things. Let's see if we can find some blueberries or something like that. That's when it's gonna start killing. Oh, some rocket. Here we go. So this is like arugula, rocket. So if you don't know the history of Cambodia, it was colonized by the French for, well, maybe around 100 years or something. So you're going to see French influence in the bread and sandwiches, which you also see in Vietnam as well. But it also doesn't mean the prices are, you know, quite cheap for those things. Some bread can be cheap, like if you get like a certain baguette or something. But if you want like arugula, rocket, yeah, it's going to be quite expensive. So for example, here's 4 bananas, right? $1.44, a little pricey. There's a watermelon, $1.90. Wow, I'm not sure if that's for the melon or the weight here. Avocado, $4.80 a kilo. Wow. Yeah, if you're from Latin America, then you might have to skip your avocados. Some eggs here. So 10 eggs, $1.50, not too bad. Maybe a local might say otherwise, but as a tourist, it doesn't seem too bad. If you want some lettuce, $2.77. Again, kind of Walmart price. So let's get out the fruit and the veg and see what else there is. Soda. Let's start with soda. So I think they have a Coca-Cola factory here. So the soda here isn't really too bad, maybe 50 cents a can or something like that. But when you kind of run away from the Coca-Cola products, then the price again ramps up as well. Let's have a look at some wine. So we have got some New Zealand imported wine here, $21. Chateau de, I can't even begin to pronounce that, $34. So maybe some of you wine connoisseurs will know some of this. But certainly in the UK we have wine imports everywhere. You go to the supermarket, it's full of French, Italian, wines from Chile, but certainly the markup isn't as high as what I'm seeing here, $20, $30. It's quite a lot, it's quite a lot. But we saw a similar thing in Jakarta in Indonesia. They have quite a big rich and poor divide. You're in your hotel looking down, there'll be people living in the streets. But if you go to a convenience store, they do have a lot of their own local products. But I'm just guessing because it seems like from all the stores and everything we've been to, they are quite reliant upon things from other countries. And I think a lot of those come from Vietnam, Indonesia, quite cheap imports, but the price pushes up so much. I saw some Indonesian shampoo for about $8 or something crazy like that. Let's have a look at the spirits, maybe some spirits here. So this is a product from Cambodia, right? So it's not really coming that far, but you're looking at $28, $52, which is absolutely ridiculous for some of this stuff. $20 for rum, $21 there, Cambodian sourced. If we source like a vodka or cheap whiskey or a cheap rum in America, you're maybe hitting the $10 mark for a crappy local one. So I'm quite surprised it's almost double the price. We've got like soju products from Korea, $135. Not too bad, I guess. We've got some 13% stuff here for $30. But I think what surprises me is you have like imports here, like this is Bailey's, for example. Bailey's is cheaper than a Cambodian sourced spirit, which I think is actually quite crazy. Jägermeister, again, import, I suppose, unless they have a factory here. That seems quite comparable. Actually, it seems like a very good price. So some of the prices are a lot, and some just don't make sense. But it could be the case where they have a factory. If you have a Coca-Cola factory here, you know, the ingredients are going to be slightly different, the taste is going to be different, but the price is going to drop quite a lot. So in China, for example, you buy Monster Coca-Cola, it's going to have different ingredients and different taste from places like in America and Europe. And here we have some Strongbow cider from the UK, $2.70 per can, $2.20 if you don't want the fruity version. But as far as imports go, they pretty much have everything here from every country, and that's not just alcohol, that is pretty much everything in the whole store. So if you have unlimited money and you don't care about money, then you can find anything here. It's almost like being in a permanent import store, for example. Here's some local stuff. This is like local Gatorade. There's Cambodia water, but Cambodia Sport, which is like an isotonic drink, around 85 cents. There's like a own brand cola here. But it's quite funny that the own brand stuff is quite comparable to Coca-Cola. So you kind of have to keep it lower, right? But it's just 5 cents lower. This, I don't know if this is from Cambodia, but I definitely saw it in Thailand. It's like an energy drink. I've seen this one. I don't think it's local, but it's an isotonic drink here. I've never even seen that one before. But yeah, you see how the Coca-Cola products, the prices are a lot less. And they just say the Cambodian flag. So yeah, they must have the factory out here. But yeah, a lot of these things are quite surprising. The first time I come here, I thought I was in an import store. I was like, am I in a scam store? Am I in a tourist store? Something like that. But apparently it's just the way it is. So if you live in Italy or France, you're probably going to be quite shocked at some of these prices, especially like a meat like pepperoni or salami, where the price is $4 for 9 slices. For me, that's pretty crazy. 2 slices of ham here, smoked Christmas ham, $3.44. But I think the biggest surprise I saw, here's some chorizo. The biggest surprise I saw was Oscar Mayer sausages from Walmart for $10 in Super Duper, which is another supermarket. I thought that was absolutely crazy because we used to buy Oscar Mayer sausages when living in America. And I couldn't believe it. They're usually $1 Oscar Mayer sausages. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it. I saw it in Super Duper. If I see it again, I'll get a video. $3.50 for chipolatas. That's very low meat quantity there. Same with these as well. $5 for quite low meat quantity. I think 40% meat, maybe less. But yeah, I think I'm on the hunt for the Oscar Mayer sausages right now. A big chub sausage out of France, $3.50. Crab sticks, $1.50. Quite reasonable actually for the crab sticks. Yeah, I'm gonna try and find the Oscar Mayer sausages. Oh, here we go. So here's some imported slices here. Netto. Look at that, $7.80, $13.95. So yeah, for me this is absolutely crazy. so some of the prices here don't make sense, and it seems a lot of the locals are priced out of around 90% of the supermarket. Imagine going into your local supermarket and you cannot afford 90% of the products here. That for me seems crazy, but I think it depends what you're used to, right? But if I go to my local supermarket, I can't really practically afford 90% of the stuff, I'm going to be pissed off. Everyone's different. We all come from different cultures and different places. All right, I'm going to find the Oscar Mayer sausages and I'll be right back. Okay, I can't find the Oscar Mayer sausages, but these are 12 generic cheese slices, which you probably see at Dollar Tree or something like that. Then you can go to the Laughing Cow here, $4. Some whipped cream here, $4.50, $6.95 for a bigger can. So what you'll notice is a lot of the dairy here is very expensive. I imagine it's all import. Look, there's some Anchor here, there's some whipping cream, Normandy, so that's northern France. So yeah, you can see there's a lot of imports here, right? But yeah, margarine and butter was the other shock as well. Look, Lurpak and olive oil spread, $7. Some generic margarine there, $3.20, and $8 up there. And down here there's a bargain. Look, down from $5.30 to $3.50, and Flora margarine $5.50. So yeah, Flora margarine. So not even butter, $5.50. Wow. So this explains kind of why a lot of the supermarkets here are quite empty. You know, you look around, it's empty, right? It's empty. It's a Saturday today. It's empty. I don't know. Doesn't make sense. Protein water, $4.50, but something more local, $25. So it's about choosing intelligently, I guess. Dasani, so they must have a factory, but I think this is Coca-Cola. Yeah, it is. It's Coca-Cola Group. So that's why. Wow. Yeah, pretty shocked. But I think with like local culture, people eat a lot of, you know, like fruit, vegetables. We see a lot of street stalls with those ingredients. It's not too bad. If your diet allows the cheaper products, which it probably does, it's no big deal, right? Like Monster, energy drinks, is more like a luxury. So maybe people don't care. But as a European, you probably care that you're paying $3 for a liter of milk and $6 for a margarine for your $3 bread. But maybe that's why the tourists notice the difference. I don't know. Alright, let's see what else we can find. Alright, so there's some noodle imports here. These are Korean noodles. So 5 packs for $6 there. I don't know why it's so much, right? Because we have these in the UK, right? But it's nowhere near $6.50. It's more like half that price. And especially with these Indomie noodles. These are from Indonesia. Usually in Indonesia, you'll pay less than $1 for 5. But this is 3 times that price. I think in the UK, maybe we pay, with conversion, maybe $1.70, $1.80. But this is the UK, you know, this is not Cambodia. So a lot of these prices are quite surprising. I didn't expect that at all. Alright, let's see what else we can find. So I've seen some imports from China here. These ones are pretty cool. You add cold water to and it magically boils. But those prices are pretty good. Those prices are pretty good. So maybe the question remains. Oh, yeah. You know who you are if you recognize that ball. Oh, okay. What you found?
I love it. Oh, toilet.
Okay. Well, at least they have nice toilets in here. So it seems a lot of the Chinese imports are quite cheap. So maybe the issue isn't at the border of customs. I have no idea. Yeah, so we saw this exact product in China at like a 7-Eleven convenience store. It was 14 yuan, which is around $2. So it seems the markup on this one product is 60 cents out of China. Let's look at the olive oil, because that's naturally expensive anyway. I wonder how much more it could possibly be. So again, Kirkland, this is the Walmart brand here, $32 for a big olive oil. It's refined olive oil as well. So does that mean it's like slightly cut? You know when you get drugs and you cut the drugs? It's not pure. Because sometimes you get blended olive oil. They sort of substitute a bit of sunflower oil in there. I think that's what that was. And it makes the price cheaper, but your product is not as good. Oh, these are just various generic oils. Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's got some pancake. Oh, I've got Betty Crocker. Look, Betty Crocker. $6.50 for some pancake bix. Yeah, so these are things you'd normally see in Walmart. Maybe Dollar Tree if it's like slightly smaller. We got lentils and things. Quinoa, yeah, $9 quinoa. Quinoa is pretty much expensive everywhere unless you go to Latam where it's super cheap. We got some lentils, split peas. These are Co-op brand. You'll find all of these in the UK. These Co-op brand lentils. They're usually £1, something like that. And then we get to some more local stuff. You see how the price drops almost dramatically. It goes a bit up for the almonds, then comes down again for the peanuts. We got baked beans from the UK. Now these are from Morrisons, so this is a different supermarket we have in the UK. Again, not branded, it's an own brand. Tin of beans now after COVID will probably cost you what, 50, 60p? But it used to be about 20. COVID really shoved that price right up. This is more branded beans. We have these everywhere. I mean, Heinz is out of Germany, but it's like a world brand. This is something you'll find in Walmart and Dollar Tree. Hunt's, Campbell's we have in the UK. $2.90 for... Oh, this is pork and beans. So, that's actually American. Yeah, Morrisons, Co-op. Chef Boyardee is straight out of Dollar Tree. It costs you $1.25 right now. Stag chili, $5.50. Wow. Hormel chili, this is like a Walmart brand of chili. I don't think it's dipped over $2 yet, it's $4.20. So if you're living in America, this is the stuff you eat if you literally have no money and you're living from paycheck to paycheck. So it'll be Hormel chili, Chef Boyardee, #1 for sure. Yeah, Morrison's Indian products. I think these are almost hitting £2 now after COVID. COVID really killed canned food and it never really restored. At one point that was around 19 pence. I don't know what it is now, but 120 is quite scandalous because it tastes absolutely horrible. We even have Netto. This is French, right? Netto. I'm pretty sure I saw that in France. $3.70. Yeah. Campbell's chunky soups on offer. You can usually get those around $1, but it'd have to be a super offer day. Normally they're around $2, something like that. Same with Progresso. You can actually get certain flavors of these in Dollar Tree, but they don't do the whole range. It's usually just one flavor. And for me, it's absolutely crazy that they have supermarket owned brands, Morrisons, Co-op, Walmart, but it's advertised as like a cool import from the UK. It's really not a cool import. It's like an own brand. I'm sorry. I've got some Spam here. We've got products from the Philippines. Corned beef, like little corned beef, $3.30. Pate. Yeah, these pates are around 39 cents or maybe 29 cents. Quite cheap. Spam from Hawaii, $6 for a can of Spam. Yeah, Spam. If you go to Hawaii, they have Spam, like a whole row of Spam, all different flavors, even teriyaki Spam. And cans of tuna. This very basic tuna cost you 70 pence, so maybe $1. It's $2.50 here. So yeah, it's really strange because I've seen a lot of the Chinese imports are reasonably priced. You go to China, you expect to pay a similar price, but if you get a product from the UK, America, Italy, it almost like the price is triple. For me, it makes no sense. I can't explain it. Maybe someone else knows. Some fruit here. But yeah, you see almost like the reliance on imports. I think if they open maybe some more factories here, or perhaps artificially farm some different ingredients, there could be pretty much a golden opportunity for producing more local things that's not fruit and vegetables. This is crazy. Look, Manuka honey is from New Zealand, right? Manuka, $40. Because if people don't know, if you buy a tomato in the UK, do you think that tomato is grown in the UK? No, we have artificial greenhouses in the Moroccan desert that artificially grow a lot of our fruit and vegetables, and they're almost like re-imported back in. It's crazy. We don't really grow anything in the UK anymore, but yet the products are very cheap still. Golden syrup, this is definitely from the UK. It's kind of going out of fashion now. It's kind of like... we use it like a maple syrup, but it's not maple syrup. Well, I guess that's why they put it next to the maple syrup. But we put it on toast and waffles, pancakes, things like that. But no one really uses it anymore. Food coloring there. So like you can see, they have everything. Like they even have Skippy peanut butter from America. A tahini. Wow. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, like I say, you have lots of money. You love imported stores. Come to Cambodia. They have everything. But you're going to pay for it. You're definitely going to pay for it. We've got some German stuff, look. What's this guy's name? A guy in Germany. Hans something something. He's the Haribo guy, isn't he? $2.20 for Haribo. In the UK, we'd pay £1 for that. In America, a little more. $2.20 here. $2.70. Lifesavers, $3.50. Trolley Werther's Originals from the UK. Ricola. You got a little cold, have some Ricola. Yeah, wow. It's quite nice being able to travel to all these countries, so I can sort of help compare some of the products. I lived in America for 10 years and the UK for 20 something years, so it's nice to be able to see how much these normally cost, how much people normally pay, and sort of compare. You know, it's great. I think we're going to finish at the potato chips. You get the idea, right? If I see anything else, I'll show you on the way out. So local chips are usually quite cheap, but anything import, you know, it's bumping up to $2, $1.60, 95 there. But Lay's, if you find Lay's, we got Cheez-Its, look, $4 for some Cheez-Its there. I think potato chips in America are actually quite expensive. I thought when I moved there, I was really surprised that a big bag of Cheetos or Takis could possibly be $5. I thought it was absolutely nuts. But I go back to the UK a few years later, and we're doing exactly the same thing. It's all family bags, $5, $6. To be honest, that's a very comparable price to America, but. Yeah, it used to be in the UK, if you want a big bag of chips, you buy the big thing, but inside will be 6 or 12 bags. But now we're kind of pushing into the diet of the Americas, you know, our people are getting fatter. So diets change, you know. We've got some Australian imports here, some thins. And you can even get salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar is very hard to find in Asia, unless you're in, I think, the Philippines. They have some salt and vinegar items. Wow. Yeah, what do you think, right? I think it's quite mind-blowing. Many countries in Asia, a lot of the cereals is very expensive. I don't think that's unique to Cambodia. It just seems that people don't really eat cereal out here. And of course your milk's going to be quite expensive as well. This is like own brand bran flakes. It's going to cost you 85 pence. So this is $4.50, which is nuts. Special case, $7.50. Wow, and Raisin Bran is $8. Cheerios $6.50. No way, man, that's crazy. Cereal in the UK is so cheap. I don't know why, I don't know how. It's so cheap. I guess we grow a lot of wheat. I do see a lot of wheat fields in the UK when I go around the country. Cereal, especially an own brand cereal from Co-op or Morrisons, less than £1. So maybe $1.20, $1.30. If you go to Aldi or Lidl, like a German supermarket in the UK, it's going to be even cheaper. It's a modern day mystery. So yeah, oats like porridge, oatmeal, $4. Ryvita, yeah, all imported stuff, right? But I'm happy I can show you a lot of the store, so you can sort of see. This is like a local product, $1.50 for rice cakes there. I suppose it's an average price for a local brand. If you were in Europe, I suppose they would be, you know, maybe £1.50 in the UK. It's quite reasonable, but I think I'm just quite surprised to see these levels of prices in Cambodia. For me, it doesn't make too much sense personally. It seems like it's targeted at pretty much rich immigrants, rich people, and tourists. So yeah, I don't know. This is something I did have to cave to the other day. I wanted to buy some more tea, but if you want Tetley tea, 120 bags, it's $10, or 160 for $15. You can actually see the price mark here. So in the UK, if something's price marked, you can't legally charge more than that price. So you can see the jump like from $2 to $9.50. In dollars, this is probably around $280, something like that. So it looks almost 4x the price, right? Just for tea. And tea, I mean, tea you can find in India. I don't think it has to travel from the UK. This is weird. Twinings is of London, but it's got a French label there. Organic tea, 20 bags for $5.50. It's probably going to cost you more than Starbucks. Yeah, I was actually really amazed at this. I think I caved and spent $6 on 60 bags. It was something like this. Yeah. Oh man. And I guess that's finished with the coffee. See what the coffee looks like. All right. So yeah, kilo of coffee, $32. Lavazza here, little shop. Come over here. Nescafe Gold. No way. 6 sachets for $7.50. Wow. No, that's crazy. I think when instant coffee becomes the same price as getting Starbucks or local coffee here called Browns, then just go out, right? Just go out and drink from there. Oh, this is crazy. All right, we've got some instant coffee here. This coffee is disgusting. Its own brand, $6.90. This one, yeah, a lot of people buy this, $9.50. I think for maybe 7 times that amount, it would be the same price. No, I can't get over these prices. This is insane. This is insane. $21.50 for Kenko. Co-op's own gold roast, $12.90. No way. No way. Okay, well, what's the price of giving your baby some formula? $16.90 for a little can like that, and $33.50 for a big one.
Actually, it's cheap.
We got some Nestle Lacto Grow, $15.50. Well, I know nothing about babies, so well.
Honestly, it's cheaper because in Peru they are like.
But Peru, they import too, right?
300 soles.
300 soles is, yeah, a lot more. Okay, well, let's finish off with some more local produce here. There's a tilapia here. He's swimming away. I like how you can get him with some tongs. There's some lobster, big lobster. Hello. Hello. We ate some of those on the beach. We got someone in the market to cook them for us. So if you want to check out that video, you can see that. We got some fish here, little saba fish, $5.50 a kilo. There's the tilapia, but it's not moving. And fresh sea bass, $8.50. If you want some could be salmon, maybe $20 for a slab of salmon. A little pricey. If you want some pork products, well, it gets cheaper again. We got some packs down there, $2, $1.80. I've got some pork loin, $2.87. Some intestines, a lot of organs here, pork steaks, $2.67, $2.99. Some mince. Looks like pork is very cheap, which probably explains why you see a lot of that in some of the food here. A lot of pork products. There's some fish, whole fish. That pack of fish is $2.61. A lot of fish. So it seems fish, pork, and chicken quite cheap. Beef a little more pricey. Let's see some beef. Okay, here's the beef, around $10 for a big slab of beef there. Up here, couple of steaks, $6.67. I think there's some mince over there, $6 for a tray. So a lot more than the pork, but chicken and pork's pretty cheap. Oh, look at that black chicken, wow. Here's more fish, look, large yellow croaker, $5.81. There's some slices of fish, $2.42 for a big fish there. And let's finish with this guy. Look at that, Alaskan pollock, $2.48. Alaskan pollock. What do you think? Okay, so just about to leave the store. You can see some of the imports here. We've got Crunchy from the UK. We've got some Skittles, Mars products. So we've got Twix and Snickers. M&M's are Mars products as well, $1.70. We've got some Nerds here. Nerds, $2.50 for the Nerds. Jolly Ranchers as well. Tic Tacs, and even Toblerone. Toblerone, you can get that everywhere, right? Yeah, look at that one. Price mark £3, $7. Fish fingers, look, $2.99, $7.50, and even loaded potato skins. Look at that. Yes, just things from Iceland. Bird's eye. That's insane. $11. Even Iceland's own. These are £1 each. They're always £1. The basic Iceland products in the UK. Mac and cheese, $8.50. Weird thing I found. Oh, that's some pies. Look. The weirdest thing I found was these co-op muffins, which are always fresh. I've never seen them kind of not refrozen, but frozen in general. They're already cooked, but they're frozen, I guess, to survive the trip. Wow.